What if the quietest person in the building, the one you barely notice, was the only thing standing between your city and disaster? Every night, while others went home, a janitor swept corridors that hid the most dangerous secret in the country. A code so subtle, so invisible, that only someone used to being ignored could see it. And when that code was finally cracked, it didn't just stop a heist, it exposed a criminal web spanning continents. This is the story of Miguel Torres, the janitor whose mop became a weapon, whose silence became a language, and whose courage rewrote the rules of modern crime prevention. At 5 a.m., the Langford Financial Center in downtown Silvercrest woke up to the sound of its most loyal employee. Miguel Torres arrived before sunrise, pushing an aging cart filled with bleach, brooms, and a small portable radio that whispered old bolero tunes from his hometown. The marble floors gleamed under fluorescent light. The lobby smelled of citrus cleaner and ambition. Executives brushed past him, coffee in hand, offering the polite half-smiles reserved for people who don't really count. But Miguel counted everything: footsteps, patterns, timings, shadows. He had once been a linguistics scholar in Manila, fascinated by patterns and hidden meaning. But visas expire, savings run out, and brilliance doesn't always pay rent. He cleaned, quietly. He listened. He noticed things others didn't. An elevator stopping on the wrong floor at 2 a.m., packages marked office supplies that weighed too much, cleaning requests filed from departments long closed for renovation. To him, the building spoke in patterns, and something in that language had gone wrong. It started with duct tape. While cleaning a utility closet, Miguel saw a piece of black tape stuck to a pipe, 3 short cuts and 1 long slash carved across it. It wasn't random. He'd seen that same mark the night before near the freight elevator, and again, faintly behind a recycling bin. Dots, dashes, slashes, like a primitive Morse code. He tested a theory. He mapped every mark on his notepad. The pattern repeated every 12 hours, always near maintenance entry points. The sequence formed a route, an access corridor through restricted floors. Whoever placed those markings wasn't sloppy, they were methodical. That night, he stayed late under the pretext of waxing floors. From behind a column, he watched 2 men in maintenance overalls follow the tape trail exactly as he'd charted it. They carried toolboxes, but their eyes scanned like hunters. Miguel didn't sleep that night. He pulled out an old notebook from his student days and began decoding. The next morning, he started leaving his own marks, subtle, harmless things. 3 mop strokes forming a triangle, bins arranged in number patterns, streaks of polish pointing left or right. He wasn't sabotaging, he was talking. It was a new language, a counter code layered over theirs. Days turned into weeks. Security reports mentioned odd cleaning inconsistencies. A young analyst, Jenna Reed, reviewed footage to check for negligence, and instead found a pattern too deliberate to be accidental. She slowed the feed, frame by frame. Each night, the janitor's path mirrored the timing of badge scans later linked to unauthorized access. Miguel wasn't the problem, he was the messenger. When Jenna met him in the break room, he spoke softly. "They're using us, señorita. Maintenance routes, trash pickup times. It's all scheduled communication." That was the first time anyone at Langford realized their building had become a living message board for a heist. The perpetrators were no petty thieves. They called themselves the Spectres, a notorious cybercrime syndicate notorious for blending physical infiltration with digital theft. Their plan? Plant micro-devices in Langford's internal network hub, trigger a malware sequence timed with an external data heist, vanish before anyone noticed the breach. They'd spent months embedding operatives through third-party contractors, cleaners, repairmen, couriers. Each mark of duct tape told them where to go next. But they hadn't accounted for Miguel. His revised floor patterns sent a different signal to the FBI cyber operations unit that Jenna had quietly contacted. Working under the radar, the agents used Miguel's routes as an early warning grid. Every mop stroke, every repositioned trash can was logged and translated. The janitor's code became the blueprint of their defense. When investigators reconstructed the pattern, they discovered the heist's timing. Friday, 10:30 p.m., the exact window the criminals believed security would reboot systems. The irony? The reboot never came. Instead, an entire tactical team hid in the shadows, waiting. At 9:57 p.m., the Spectres entered through the service elevator, forged IDs in hand. Miguel watched from the security feed beside Jenna and Special Agent Rourke. His hands trembled slightly, not from fear, but from focus. One of the intruders paused at the sub-basement door, tapped 3 times, a code, the lock clicked open. The janitor leaned forward. "That's the signal for clear," he whispered. Rourke signaled his team. 10:29 p.m., a heartbeat before the supposed reboot. Red lights flashed through the hallway, metal doors sealed. Officers flooded the server corridor. The Spectres froze, caught mid-stride, their plan dissolving under fluorescent truth. Miguel stood at the far end, mop in hand, the very tool that had betrayed them. Within minutes, the heist collapsed. No data stolen, no alarms tripped, just silence, followed by the sound of cuffs. News broke within hours. Cyber heist foiled by building custodian. But by morning, Miguel was gone. He'd clocked out like any other day and taken the bus home. Reporters flooded the Langford lobby. Executives called emergency press meetings eager to praise heightened security collaboration. They never mentioned the janitor by name, but within law enforcement circles, the janitor's cipher became legend. Training academies dissected his improvisational code, calling it a model of situational awareness. The FBI offered him a consulting role. He declined. "I don't need a title," he told Jenna. "I just need people to look." Miguel continued working. Different building, same quiet purpose. He said cleaning made sense to him. It was about removing what doesn't belong. In a way, that's all he'd ever done. Langford overhauled its internal protocols. For the first time, custodial and maintenance staff were invited to security briefings. They weren't support, they were sensors, eyes in blind spots. Miguel's story changed how corporationally agencies viewed low-visibility roles. It proved that intelligence doesn't wear a suit, sometimes it wears gloves. Cyber experts later discovered that the Spectres' encrypted messages mirrored old naval ciphers from the 1940s, codes Miguel had studied in university. That coincidence, or fate, made him the only person in the building who could recognize their rhythm. He once told Jenna, over coffee in a quiet diner, "Criminals hide in noise. I listen for silence." His words became the title of a documentary released years later, Listening for Silence. The film closed with real footage of Miguel tending a community garden, teaching neighborhood kids how to recognize patterns in leaves and constellations. "Patterns are everywhere," he said. "The trick is learning which ones mean danger and which ones mean growth." Today, the janitor cipher protocol is cited in counterintelligence seminars across the world. It emphasizes 3 principles. Observation is intelligence, access is influence, and silence is strategy. Miguel never sought recognition, but those who worked with him remembered the calm presence, the way he hummed softly while wiping down screens that once carried danger. And every so often, an anonymous envelope arrives at law enforcement offices. Inside, a single card with 3 diagonal lines and 1 vertical slash. No signature, just a reminder. Someone is still watching, still cleaning the world quietly. Heroes aren't always loud. Sometimes they whisper through patterns, through the hum of a vacuum cleaner or the rhythm of footsteps after hours. Miguel reminded us that genius isn't defined by title, race, or uniform. It's defined by awareness and courage to act when no one's watching. So the next time you walk past someone invisible, remember, they might be guarding more than a hallway. They might be guarding your tomorrow. If this story inspired you, subscribe to Interracial Unfiltered, where we uncover hidden truths and extraordinary courage behind ordinary faces. Hit the bell so you never miss the next story, because real heroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes they just carry a mop.